Yes, beta.
Yes, so we will formally begin with the panel discussion. The topic for today's panel discussion is female participation in STEM subjects in Pakistan. And as we all know that in the previous years, women were not encouraged to join fields, and the roles were specified to a few, subjects or fields or jobs that you could say. One of them were medical or MBBS doctor or maybe a teacher. But in the current dynamics, there is a change, and there is more of an acceptance of women in the STEM field, and we can see that their presence is growing in other fields apart from teaching and being a medical doctor. For example, being an engineer, being an entrepreneurship, being a research director, and so on and so forth. So the objective of this webinar is to explore the current status of female participation in STEM subjects in the context of Pakistan. We will be identifying the challenges and the barriers that hinders women's progress in STEM subjects. Also, we will try to discuss upon the strategies to promote gender inclusivity in STEM subjects. And apart from that, we will share best practices to encourage and support an ecosystem for women to be a part of STEM in Pakistan. With that, we will move to our panelists of today's webinar, and the first is Ms. Maheen Amjad, the founder and the president of WomenAscension. She is the CEO of Entrepreneurs Ecole, and through these both platforms, they are trying to cover 15 out of 17 SDGs and promote skills and digital skills, entrepreneurial skills, knowledge based skills to empower women and uh, have a better life and livelihood. Then we have Miss Asma Tabassum. She is a marine biologist, an aquapreneur, and a mentor at WomenAscension. Then we have Miss Ruhab. She is also a mentor at the WomenAscension and serves as the senior headmistress of City School. And then we have Sania Shujaat. She is a mechanical engineer and is currently pursuing her master's in Kais University. And she specializes in the integration of AI, computer vision with finite element analysis. She has also been involved with organizations like Women Engineers Pakistan, IEEE Women in Engineers during her bachelor's life to promote STEM for women. With that, we will move to our panel discussion. I hope that we do have all of them here. Ruhab, Anwar, Maheen, Amjad, and Miss Asma. She was having a bit of troubles with her internet. And if
Alright.
yes, ma'am.
I think if we can start with Dr. Asma, she's our guest. She can start.
Sure. Sure, I would just want to know if she could speak up so I'm more. If Miss Asma is in the meeting room with us. Can see that she's unmuted, but I cannot hear her voice.
Okay, let's give floor to the guests first, and then in the end, I'll speak.
Fine, then we'll move to Miss Ruhab Anwar first because she is the senior mistress at City School, and it is very much important to promote STEM education at such an early age. So my question to you would be, what measures is the City School team taking to encourage girls to pursue STEM education at an early age?
Thank you, Noor Ul Ain, and that's a very important question. Being a person of education, we all know, we all have dealt with children around us. It's really important for us first to understand the importance of AI or digital or STEM teaching in whatever role we are. So we are promoting such skills because the curriculum that we practice is usually now it's based on technology, which improves higher order thinking skills of the students, and it prepares them for their future to compete globally. As Sania is also here with us, we have Miss Maheen also. We all can understand the importance of digital age. We all are right now connected or we are on different places, but we are connected, on one place just because of this. So the importance is really high. And in a world of digital literacy, students are able to integrate 21st century competencies, taking lead in the communication, leadership, critical thinking, and complex problem solving. And these skills, they correlate with different subjects also. If you talk about STEM, so STEM is like, it's a mixture of all the subjects around us, especially language, mathematics. Previously, people used to take maths as a sign of genius. If he or she is good in maths, that means that boy or girl is a genius. So putting STEM, and it's sort of an interdisciplinary approach. What we do now is we focus more on interdisciplinary approach, which automatically it serves the purpose of STEM education. Like we put together maths, geography, science, and other subjects just for students to have more real life experiences and to integrate more of technology in it. And we ensure students not only learn the technical aspect of technology, but they are also able to use this knowledge practically. So activities like researching, publishing, designing, computer programming, these are also, this play a very important part, and we are teaching our students all this.
Thank you so much. It's great to know that City School is working on such a curriculum or a program. And I would ask a follow-up question, that how does these programs address the gender biases when it comes to STEM learning, like for the female specifically?
Noor, I was going through a study. It was done by NED University. So when Maheen and I had a word about all this webinar and all, so while I was going through the study, I was quite happy with the stats related to our country. It's around 19,000 students that are engaged with technology-based fields, and amongst them 67% are girls. So I was quite happy to see this number, that we as a country, a developing nation, we are promoting this, on a nationwide base. But however, schools like City School and other renowned campuses and schools, they are promoting, and basically they are putting inclusive environment teaching in their own curriculum. The whole theme and the whole environment is based on inclusivity. So we never thought biasness or being stereotyped. Once we started working with this organization, we thought that everybody has equal chances, even if it's a girl or a boy. But what steps we took, we had a lot of role models around us. We invited our alumni, and we invited a lot of successful women in STEM to be our speakers and mentors for our girls. And the interdisciplinary curriculum, as I talked about previously, it played a very huge role in contributing towards this, and people started understanding the importance of this. Because I remember 11 years back when we started a digital classroom scenario, people and especially parents around me, they were quite worried. We started with projectors, we started with simple things like tablets, a cow, computer on wheels, all this we started, and parents were quite worried, like, are you giving students this computer and everything in their hand freely? How it's going to help? We are already fed up of this at home. But once they saw the whole idea, and once they felt how it's putting a big impact on students learning and on their progress, and it basically helped us achieve great student outcome. So it was a very successful plan that was initiated. And then we slowly started involving parents in it. Then we started giving tasks that were easy for parents to understand, for students to do at home. So all these things, they really played a big part in putting all this into the whole curriculum and into our whole parental minds, basically what they were thinking and what we are going to put as a school. And this helped us develop a very supportive environment, and we just debunked all the stereotypes, and we are doing it.
Yep, that sounds great, and I hope that you can share a few pictures of them, of the classrooms, so
Of
that
course, I would love to. Maheen has been a part of our system, and she knows that, you know, uh, we sometimes take our privileges for granted. But when you see a bigger picture and you start comparing what you have with other people, you feel privileged. And I am honored to be working for some organization that is playing a really big part in just developing a very inclusive and, very holistic development environment there is for all, even if it's a boy or a girl. So there are no stereotypes or biasness, anything. They're just children and they're learning. That's it.
that's great to know. And the last thing would be, how much does partnerships and collaborations help with such projects when it comes to city school and integration of technology into curriculum?
So the thing is that we recently, we have collaborated with Microsoft, and Alhamdulillah, we are a Microsoft school. Our teachers are all MI trained, and there is a lot of emphasis on it that teachers should be MI trained. If they are new or if they are old, they need to get it renewed. And we, as head teachers, we put a lot of emphasis on ICT integration in our lesson planning and in our normal classroom practices, because children, they have stopped learning from a very rote and a very simple way of learning. They are more involved, and they really like being more of an active participant during the classroom and during the discussion. So putting STEM, putting ICT, and putting all this, it really helps. And we as a school, we have collaborated with a lot of organizations, especially Microsoft. Then there's Google. Our students, they are developing softwares at the age of 10. They're learning coding. We have a proper Kidlo coding program run in our early years classes, which really helps them understand basic coding skills. And all this has really helped in their development.
Am I audible to everyone now? Just had an issue with the microphone.
Yes, you're audible.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ruhab, Anwar, for your amazing inputs, and hopefully that we could have such curriculum designs and projects at every school in Pakistan to encourage technology and STEM fields. And obviously, in the dynamics of the 21st century, it is important because with the pace the technology and the knowledge is changing, it is important that we catch up to that by investing more in technological advancements. With that, I would move to Sania Shujaat, because Ma'am Rahab did mention in her one of comment that it is great to know that women comprises 67% of the participation of the STEM subjects, and knowing that Sania comes from a background in mechanical engineering. So my first question to her would be, what motivated you to pursue a career in engineering as a girl?
Okay, hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for inviting me to have this talk. And regarding your question, it is actually a very funny story because my father, I think we all had that experience when our father used to, do some of the mechanical work and used to make you hold the torch. So my journey basically started when I was quite young, and my father used to ask me to hold the torch when he used to work on his car's maintenance. And I used to get scolded a lot because I was not holding the torch right, because I was so fascinated by what I saw, the engines and how the components used to be attached. So that was the first time I questioned like what is the engineering behind it. And with time, when I try to um, say about my opinion about wanting to join mechanical engineering, and everyone had been like, oh no, it's the man's field, you cannot join it. And then like I remember a few of my relatives, they used to say Sania wants to become a man. She wants to lift heavy. Because at that time, the stigma of mechanical engineering was there is a lot of machinery going on, a lot of mechanical work. And then when I got into the field, I saw how it is much more behind the science, how you have to learn the basic mechanisms and fundamentals of a lot of subjects to be able to earn a degree in mechanical. And right now I am doing my research in artificial intelligence, and I'm taking the concepts of mechanical engineering and applying it into the mechanical engineering realm, like taking computer vision and deep learning generative algorithms and taking them and applying them to mechanical engineering. And it makes me realize how vast the domain of STEM is for women, and how we don't have a lot of options that are given to us as women. Because whenever, like as you mentioned, Noor, how we only go toward the conventional professions such as a teacher and a medical professional. But when someone asks me, why are you a mechanical engineer, they do not look at the vast opportunities that I have, how I can stay at home, I can work from my own table, because it is all basically work from home now. I can do everything, the finite element analysis, the simulation, and everything. It is now computer based. So this is why we need women in engineering, because they know firsthand what the environment is, how the technology is changing. So for me, if I have had this experience, I can tell the younger girls about it. During my internships and my participation in Women Engineers Pakistan and IEEE Women in Engineers, so the main prerogative was to tell the younger girls, especially the high school and middle school girls, because they're on their way to make their mind about their final careers, is to tell them the opportunities, about how easy it is, because we have made a whole opinion about the STEM field as being tough, and thus they are like mentally very taxing. You have to be physically very strong for that. And these are just basically rumors per se, because they do not have any actual value attached to them. So uh, this is the behind story of like how I got into mechanical engineering, and I am now doing my master's, and I will continue in this field.
So, having the experience of both from coming from a country from Pakistan and then going to a country like Korea, which is much more open and diverse about choosing career paths, right? What would your advice be to the young generation about STEM and particularly engineering?
So the first thing I noticed about coming to Korea was the vastness of my domain. Like when I was in Pakistan, I did not know how vast mechanical engineering was. I only thought it is only regarding to the automotive, the machinery maybe. But I came here and I saw like how mechanical is being applied to biomedical and robotics and nano. So the thing is, there are so many fields that we do not know about. So when the girls do not know about the opportunities, how are they gonna avail it? So the first thing I noticed in Korea was how everyone is contributing to the research, and there are so many opportunities. Because when I joined mechanical engineering in Pakistan, we had a batch of 52 people, and we were only two girls. So in a batch of 52, we were only two girls, and it was very awkward because in Pakistan we live in a society. It is very awkward to be in a lot of between a lot of boys, but to do mechanical engineering, you have to let that part of yourself go. You have to be confident, and I think that has shaped my personality a lot to be able to work with only men and to be in a male dominated field. So in Korea, there's no such thing as male dominated. There's a lot of women in mechanical engineering. But in Pakistan, it was really surprising to see like only two girls in a batch of 52. And I would love to see the trend change, because we have computer engineers, we have software engineers, but for mechanical engineers, the taboo remains like it is male dominated field, and you can only work if you can lift heavy weights. So it's all something that I desperately want to change about mechanical engineering.
Thank you so much, Sania. And we hope that when you return back to Pakistan, you could bring all of those things from Korea and maybe implement it here in Pakistan as a sort of a project or a program. But it is pretty much important that we upgrade our curriculum. From your what you're saying, the problem lies in our curricula that is not updated. I do come from a biotechnology background myself, and exploring others, even other universities online. The problem that I came up with was that we do not have much more upgraded curriculums or much more upgraded educational institutes, infrastructure, and digital infrastructure as well. So we hope that you could come back and spread the word and be a mentor, and also join Women Ascension maybe, and help all the girls out here as well. With that, we do not have Miss Asma in the room, so I will jump on to Miss Maheen Amjad, as she is the CEO and founder of Women Ascension. She has a PhD herself in entrepreneurship and small business ownership, which is still much more like, which is more opted by men. And it was a shock to me when I came to know that ma'am has a PhD in entrepreneurship. So through these platforms, yes, we do have Miss Asma Tabassum here. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, Noor, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you properly.
Okay.
I just
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
pause
please.
my question for Miss Maheen and jump over to
Okay.
Miss Asma Tabassum. So, given giving an introduction again of Miss Asma Tabassum, she is a marine biologist and an aquapreneur, and currently serves as the director of ORIC or ORIC at the Sohail University. So, my question to Dr. Asma Tabassum would be, can you discuss any research or projects led by women at your university that have had a great impact when we concern about the STEM fields?
Thank you very much, Noor. And thank you very much, Women Ascension, for taking me on board. I was having the conversation of Ruhab and Sania. That was mind blowing. And as far as my, expertise are concerned, as you mentioned, that I am a marine biologist. Basically, by choice, I am a scientist, but by profession, I am an administrator right now, currently for the last 10 years. Uh, and my, role in university is to explore different projects who can be, led by women or men, or the female or boys or girls. But I'm very happy to share that most of the projects led by female researchers. Recently, we have showcased our researchers in front of many of the, fraternity from education side and industry, and five projects from Sohail University displayed in Sindh HEC showcasing event. They were all from the pharmacy departments and led by female researchers. The mentors were also female. The female participation in STEM fields in Pakistan is progressing. I must say, despite of challenges uh, which have been gone through by different female faculty members as well, and the students as well, but the culture of inculcating the knowledge is dissemination, spread of ideas, it is progressing among females well, and they have done marvelous job in their specific curricula. As far as my expertise are concerned, I'm also a scientist, and I have been to India and different countries in Gulf countries as well to represent Pakistan in scientific community. And we were very surprised, and even the other audience from different countries were very surprised that from Pakistan, the female are very much, confident, and they have many opportunities to display their talent in international and national community. Educational participant, if I talk about women make up about 47% of the student body at bachelor's level, we can say 36% at doctoral level, and 34% researchers in higher education institutions across Pakistan. So it is pretty, satisfying that the culture is changing, and the female are more coming towards the fields of not only the biological fields. They can take part in physics, a type of projects, astronomy, and as Sania said that the ratio was very minimum, but in other fields of STEM it is progressing, I must say. You have all you have heard about the name of Arfa Karim. She was the Microsoft expert, or in very minimum circumstances, and she was invited by Bill Gates as well. So we can have Nergis, Tasneem, Mariam. They all were the physicists, and they you know raised the flag of Pakistan in international media, international market as well. So as far as the biologists, the scientists, and the engineering side as well, if we talk about the ratio of the students in universities or educational institutions, so we can say that now more of the female students we can have in different fields. So it is very convincing and a very satisfying figure if we talk about the women participation in STEM.
Thank you so much for discussing about so many of the different things. My follow-up question to you would be that what are the strategies or the best practices that you or your university is integrating to retain female participation in STEM fields?
All right. As far as our university is concerned, in my office, which is Office of Research, Innovation, and Commercialization, we regularly conduct different sessions for our students, including female. Obviously, the number of female student ratio is quite high as compared to male. So they are very enthusiastic about the scope of what they are learning, and how they can transform their research towards product development. We recently introduced different industrial partners with our faculty members. They can refine their ideas more precisely, and which can be ready to market to serve the community services. How can we solve the problem of our community, the environmental hazards? How can we overcome uh, the things what we study in our curricula? They are more generic, but our motive is to transform our learning towards the products. In this way, we can transform, or we can solve the problems of community, and we are directly engaged with industrial partners so that their researches can be transformed towards their own businesses. In this way, we can create a spin-off technologies. We can create more companies that can be that can promote in different at different levels.
Yes, I hope I'm audible. So to summarize that in short, that would be like partnerships, collaborations, and mentorships, which are pretty much the bedrock of having female retention in STEM subjects, or to encourage them or create a conducive environment for them to learn about STEM subjects and maybe pursue a higher degree in that. Knowing that Dr. Asma Tabassum is a aquapreneur, and going through her profile, I do come to know that she has been working on biodegradable plastics. In that context, if Miss Dr. Asma Tabassum could let us know that what were the excited developments during her research, and how does she tend to, I think we have Miss Asma Tabassum. I thought we lost her again. And how do we encourage female to go into such entrepreneurial side of the research and development?
Thank you, Noor. Thank you very much for the appreciation. Uh, that was one of my project that we have developed biodegradable plastics from the local marine resource present at our Central coastline. As we all know that the environmental hazards are increasing day by day, and which is this synthetic plastic. They are the most important factor which are very dangerous effects on our environment. So just we thought about how can we overcome that by utilizing our organic sources. So by using the seaweeds we developed biodegradable plastics. We participated in different uh, uh, innovation events, and we got first position. Our students, they got first position for that. One of my research group got appreciation from the international forums as well. They exhibit that project in Los Angeles, one of my research group. And the ideas, they come abruptly, I must say. Other than biodegradable plastics from seaweeds, we have developed mosquito repellent, which are the substitute of synthetic repellents present in the market, which maybe sometimes they can cause skin allergies in infants and children and among other people as well. So we thought to develop the organic substitute for these the dengue fever, the dengue or malaria problems that were prevailing in Karachi, especially. So we thought to focus on different organic solutions. Once I was sitting in my lab, and as every of the student knew about that, I am very fond of seaweeds, which are the rich source of Pakistani coastline, and we developed different projects. So once I was sitting, so my student came to my lab and he asked me that, Madam, what you are doing nowadays? So I said, yes, we are working on the dyes now. At that time, we were working on the textile dyes from the seaweeds. And he thought that I'm asking about the hair dye. So he just asked me, Madam, are you doing on hair dye? Then I thought, why not hair dye we can make from seaweed? Then we start working on utilizing that seaweeds, and we got promising results, alhamdulillah, and we developed hair dye as well from seaweed. So ideas, they can come abruptly. Now I usually work with my students to explore different ideas in the sort of discussions, very informal discussions. We can have different specific ideas that how can we uh, solve the problem which have been prevailing in our society. So in this way, we developed many of the products and got recognition. Uh, Even we got US visa for that, and unfortunately, I didn't visit the exhibition because of the COVID. And but my students, they later on they went there and they got recognition from the MIT as well. And still we are working with the group which are directly involved in different product activities. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you, Dr. Asma, for your input. I think, yeah, Ms. Noor is here. Ms. Noor, please carry on.
Thank you, Maheen, for providing me this opportunity. And I must say, Women Ascension is doing incredible work to promote female in Pakistan as well. And you all are working on the skill development regarding research or the soft skills as well. So thank you very much, Maheen, for doing this wonderful,
No,
cause.
I would like to thank you, Dr. Asma. I would like to thank Ms. Ruhab and Ms. Sania, the beautiful team of Women Ascension, who have the spirit to give back and keep the vision of the idea of building community, together for quality. We are working effortlessly and tirelessly, giving out every day. I would like to thank you all for making this happen. It's not just me, it's you all. It's never me. Thank you, Dr. Asma.
Thank you.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes, I guess. I guess it's fine now. I don't know why, but today I'm having a few technical issues with the webinar and the Zoom meeting. Yes, Masuma, you have your hand raised from a few minutes now. We would love to have your question.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. I have a question. Actually, the program or the project that you have started is very great, and I was also looking forward these projects. My question is that the students are only from Pakistan or from other countries also they can attend, and how long is that duration for this program?
Can you please name the program specifically?
All right,
Masuma?
Noor, I would like to
Yes.
add here, Masuma Bete. This is a webinar led by Noor. We are working towards different gap in different countries. So one of the common gap we have found is STEM, women in STEM. So
Yes.
we are collaborating and coordinating the vital individuals who are working in STEM. You can see Dr. Asma is here, Mr. Ruhab is here, Ms. Sania is here, and Noor is leading that team. So in future, definitely we're coming up with program specifically focusing on these areas, and every activity under Women Ascension has to do with inclusivity. So we will definitely invite you in to learn more about STEM. All right?
Okay. Yes, I also wanted to ask this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If anybody else, yes, Masuma, you have your hand raised again. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, I wanted to lower my hand, but it was raised. Sorry.
No worries on that. Now, I extend my apologies to Miss Asma Tabassum. My microphone wasn't working at that time, but she really had a great discussion and she really touched upon many crucial topics about research and development and entrepreneurship. Moving on to Miss Maheen Amjad. Again, introducing her in a few lines, that is the founder and president of Women Ascension and Entrepreneurs Equal, and she has her PhD in entrepreneurship and small business ownership. My first question to Ma'am Maheen would be that what challenges do you see faced by young women in Pakistan who wish to enter STEM fields, and how can these be overcome?
Thank you, Noor Bete. Noor Bete, I believe that in Pakistan, there is no doubt that we have a set of skills who are doing exceptionally amazing with limited resources. And when I talk about limited resources, I talk about seed funding and grants for them. And the area specifically which incubates and accelerates their ideas, they need much more funding to expand those ideas to flourish. So this is the main gap where I feel we need to put in effort. In academia, we have Dr. Asma, and she has, I have seen her projects. She does amazing work. But, she would agree with me as well that we have limitations under these areas. We don't have societal and cultural pressure when we want to build our knowledge under the area of STEM or practice, but we have limitations. We have limitations only to expand our hands towards grants and seeding. And here we are trying to bring in more understanding towards how they can get the fundings, get the grants, where they can lend hands, how they can collaborate, how they can use the networking to expand and make their ideas to reach towards the global market. So this is how what I feel it's much more missing in Pakistan rather than any other issues. Yes, Brittany.
Yes, talking about the seed funds for research and development, and obviously integrating technology into the other fields, that is a crucial topic. And knowing that you have a degree in entrepreneurship and do promote, like a few days ago, we did have a session about how to write a proposal to ensure or seek grant fundings. So, how much does entrepreneurship and small business development help female in participating in STEM fields in Pakistan, if they were to go for entrepreneurship or research and development?
If Noor, if we sketch last 5 years, if we sketch the time period of COVID-19 as well, I think that's the time when Pakistan really changed their aspect towards entrepreneurship. I think we flipped our society 180 degree. We adapted so well, and we can see many areas towards entrepreneurship. It's flourishing, and especially women entrepreneurs. Especially women entrepreneurs. So the networking, the circle is out there. What we need to do right now is to step into international market, and we need to improve ourselves, especially micro and small enterprises, to collaborate together to reach international market and tap into international economy. This is the major area we have to look into. There's no doubt we don't have talent. We have talent. With little, we do more. But here we need to understand, which we miss a lot as a women entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs itself, as a learner, that you need to have a mentor. You need to seek guidance. You cannot do everything on your own. So you need to understand how to reach the right mentors. And you won't find the right mentor for yourself as long as you are not networking. You cannot just sit and assume. You need to indulge. You need to have a conversation. You need to have understanding of different profiles, set of profiles, noting down those profiles, making sure those profiles are on your list with whom you have interacted once in the webinar. So this way, it will help you to ease every single move which you want to take. You cannot take it on your own. You need to have our market leader, an understandable person who understands the market, okay, to reach your goals. This is the most vital element we are missing to tap the right mentors. Yes, Noor Beta.
Yes, you did mention that we need to explore the right mentor for our right project or program, whatever that is. But when it comes to the dynamics of Pakistan and the talent that we have, not everyone gets to have that access to such platforms, especially the virtual ones, because we do have a digital gap as well. So, how do we tend to overcome that?
We need to okay, again, here, I don't believe that we do have a digital gap that much. Understand one thing, Noor, that every other person have a WhatsApp, has a Facebook ID, has an Instagram, have a TikTok. TikTok is far more famous in Pakistan right now. When we can access these applications, why cannot have a very common, professional networking app with ourselves? LinkedIn, we don't have awareness. So here, what I believe that people like you, youth like you, comes in, where you can have a healthy conversation among your circle and keep the conversation healthy, from where they can pick new ideas, new ways to improve themselves. We need such conversations among not just in academia, but also in our friends and family circle, and make them push to indulge into healthy activities, which is very difficult. It's very difficult because we all get tired, but understand, once you get out of your comfort zone, you reach towards the right direction. So please, my request would be, um, everybody who is joining in right now, when you are experiencing such networking with us, try to talk among your circle. Talk about individuals that you heard in this webinar so that people or friends who have the same interest like you can get the guidance from you. So it's just a normal, healthy conversation which we are missing.
And talking about the conversation, it often happens, like it does happen to me as well, that when I'm having a conversation with my family, they do tend to accept that, or are pretty much open to ideas like that, or discussions like that. But there are certain times when they are not pretty much into those conversations at all, because they think that, as Mr. Ruhab said, that if you tend to have a tab or you tend to have a laptop, and the first thing that comes into parents' mind are, what are you teaching the students, what are you doing all day in front of the laptop, or the camera. So how do we overcome those things, as a female especially, or as a student especially, to create more conducive environment and let them know the pros and the cons, and get our point across while we are in a conversation? Because sometimes we tend not to be able to put our point across, we get exhausted, and then we try to refrain from that conversation.
Here comes your counsels from your academic institutions. Every academic institutions has their counselor. So you must reach them out, engage your elders at home to have a conversation with them. So there are some points which you cannot communicate, but there are some ways, in which HSC has open door design policies which can help the students across the border of academia itself. So you must reach those areas, understand how the dynamic of academia work, what is the dynamic of your home, how the two culture can collide, and where you feel that you will find difficulty, reach the one where you can have the healthy conversation with your elders at home. So there's always a way out. If you want to have a solution, you will find solution. If you want to play a victim card and you don't want to grow, you will always find problems and negativity surrounding, and you will eventually give up. So you need to have a mind where you can find way out. And you can never find solution at one go. Understand, like as an entrepreneur, it's a hard lesson for me. So you need to wait, you need to try, and eventually the success is yours if you stay consistent to your path. Same goes to your journey and choices that you choose as a profession. And if you find difficulty, you need to keep trying, have a communication, and find ways to solve your problems.
Yes, that pretty much brings us back to the crux of this whole discussion, that we need to have more mentorship, partnerships, and collaborations so that we can move ahead. My other question to you would be that, what are the insights from your research or experience in entrepreneurship that can be applied to create more opportunities and support systems for women?
True. Okay, one of the things which I missed when I was teaching in Pakistan, and when I jumped into entrepreneurship, that we don't have real life case studies of Pakistan. So this is a huge gap. We have case studies of a market or economic or social culture aspect which is not rightly fit to us. So if we want to know like how we can solve this thing, believe me, like 90% of things doesn't fit to our society. It doesn't. Dynamics are different. Okay. So as an entrepreneur, when I started Entrepreneurs Call, we gradually start aligning and have a conversation on ground micro and small enterprises in Pakistan. And this clicked to me even more when I was completing my PhD, because I couldn't able to find a huge chunk of data what I was looking for. So at this moment, what we are trying to do is we are quietly working on case studies on real ground basis of Pakistan. We're trying to have one-on-one interviews. We're trying to write not just a story in a way, we are turning it into a theory and a concept note with solution that they have learned from entrepreneurs to entrepreneurs in Pakistan. So this is one small effort that we are doing, which we felt it's a gap. And here, probably in future, if we couldn't able to tap all the data, we would be seeking help and collaboration and networking. And there, everybody joins in. So, and try to understand one thing: your society, culture, and economic dynamics. It doesn't just define by a simple number, and you cannot just compare it with developed countries, progressing countries, or underdeveloped countries. You cannot do that. You need, if you want to survive, your idea, any idea, it could be anything. So you need to understand how your system truly works. And there, we need to work on more real on ground case studies for country to country so that we can help the community under those areas to help themselves by reading case studies, have conversations, have trainers and workshops collaborating so that they can improve themselves, polish themselves, and find the answers.
Yep, I couldn't agree more to that because even in my fellowship program, um, it's named like SDG Impact Leader, and we had to study all of the SDGs, all of the targets and indicators. And the one thing that was popping up again and again on every indicator was that Pakistan does not have real time data to that. So it is amazing to know that Entrepreneurs Equal is hitting up on that gap because we really need that. If we don't have that, we are unable to achieve any goals, not just the sustainable development, not just the 17 goals, but also the topics that are apart from those 17 goals that are not pretty much mentioned there, but some way it does relate to that. So that was great to know about that. Um, and yes, to all of the participants, as Ma'am Maheen said, that if you want to engage in that and if you want to collaborate when it comes to research, development, and mentorship, so the platforms of Women Ascension and Entrepreneurs Equal are always open. Know that Ma'am Ruhab and Ma'am Dr. Asma are mentors at Women Ascension already, and we do look forward to having Sania as well because she comes from a very unique background. I don't know if we have a mentor from engineering, but that would be great to have someone like that. I want to read out the statement by Ghazal Muin. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It is a comment from her, perhaps, that I feel that it's a broadest topic to speak about. Yes, with STEM learnings, our students and their parents must be well aware about health patterns like screening time and playing time using technological aid, and our parents are well educated enough in seeking consultancy for growing their kids in a healthy environment. Besides, learning STEM will also help our youth to stand alone in their life's decision and be their own muse independently, financially, and spiritually creative, which is what we are trying to do from this webinar as well. The objectives are to create a conducive environment to talk about STEM, to bring those pool of great minds together to collaborate, to partner, and come up with great ideas and projects, because what we need at the moment is being independent, being financially stable, and being mentally and physically fit to prosper as a nation. If there are any queries from any participant, if those queries are general or directed to any specific speaker, you all are free to speak up and ask. If anybody has a question related to STEM or maybe mentorship, maybe collaboration, partnership, entrepreneurship, you are free to ask our panelists. You can type it in the chat box or raise your hand. Yes, Hazel, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, good evening. I have a question that as a young entrepreneur, very fresh, about to start, so what are the practical steps one must learn first to enter in this journey, please?
Yes, I think Maheen could answer that.
If Dr. Asma is there, I think she should start first. I will add more if Dr. Asma is with us.
Yes, thank you, Maheen, and thank you, Wazal, for asking this question. Being an entrepreneur and a fresher in this field, you must work on your idea that on which you are working on and what product you want to sell. So first, you need to understand the every inch of your, concept, what you are delivering, how you can, sell your idea. If it is not your passion, you can't succeed in your, journey. So I must say that first of all, if you have a product ready to market, then you need to validate your product with different mentors in the field, that if it is feasible to get enter into the market or not. Otherwise, if you abruptly enter into the market, you will face the valley of death, which is usually all the entrepreneurs and the startups they usually face, because they are not fully aware about what services or what products they want to sell. Unless you are not ready for that, please don't enter into the field of entrepreneurship. Maheen, please, you can cover other aspects.
Thank you, Dr. Asma. You speak my heart out. Okay, that's something which is very, very important, puzzle waiting. And the second part is that please understand the world is changing. The consumers or customers, you can say acceptance is changing right now. So you have to play always if you want to market yourself or you need to sell yourself your idea. You need to know how you can um, get the acceptance from majority of mindset present in the market. And if you are newbie, understand you need to understand the winning ground to find B2B relation. That's a very simple phenomena. I tell everybody, please have your digital presence first. Please work on your digital presence. First is your profile, and second is your idea. If you're not doing that, it's not going to work at all. If you say, okay, I was working for 6 months, but your digital presence is nowhere, we won't trust you. No, we won't trust you. If you say, okay, I'm working for 10 years, but still your digital presence is not there, it doesn't fit into the category of market right now. So digital presence, digital identity should be there. If you're not there, first, you cannot validate yourself. Second, you cannot be verified by the new laws of your presence of validation. So please, so digital presence is very important. Your profile or anything, try to learn how to get yourself in Google first page. If you do that, people will listen to you. People will honor your presence, and you need to work hard on that. So if you're thinking, I'm going to start something, you're determined about it, start working on pages. Start working on ideas, start making flyers, start introducing yourself. It's very important. It's the vital point to get yourself heard in such saturated market. Okay? Thank you, Noor.
I do have a follow-up question on that, because when we talk about entrepreneurship, we have digital services or services that comes as a part of the intellectual property, and then we have a product that is more of a tangible or physical thing product. So how does virtual presence work for products? Because a few days ago, I came into the conversation that if you have virtual presence before you have the product in your hand, your idea might go and can be hijacked. So how to deal with that purpose?
Dr. Asma, would you like to add?
Yes, I can add. First of all, you need to understand how to secure your intellectual property, right? If you have your logo you need to register your logo first. You need to, trademark, which is called your brand name. So you need to register brand name. Otherwise, anyone can, took your idea and add value addition and to smartly, play with your innocent idea. So there are a lot of services available. Intellectual Property Organization Pakistan is providing services for that. The intellectual property, your product. Before publishing your, research product, research idea into the any journal, first patent your, idea. It would be my advice to get patent. If you are not, granted a patent, you can file application. So with the date of submission, your idea or the project name would be registered in the directory of Pakistan Intellectual Property Organization. Then they work on that and they explore the possibility of granting that, but no one can work on that, right? So first learn to secure your idea. It is likely, the similarity is that if you buy any property, you need to, register your property with your name. So this would be your intellectual idea, any project you have developed, any service you want to, throw it into the market. So if you need to, learn about how to secure that, it would be, your security to enter into this field of entrepreneurship. Yes, mine.
Thank you, Dr. Asma. Very well said. Thank you very much. And I would like to add one more information. If patent and copyright takes time, the very simple way that within 24 to 48 hours you can get something on your name is through your CNIC for Pakistani. Register it and NTN. It will not cost more than 1,500 rupees. It's a very simple idea. All right. So you can do it online with the help of APR. Simply just do that. First, understand one thing. When things are too easily available in the market, understand you will have, counter effects as well. Okay. If anybody can digitally copy or just come up with the idea looking at your idea. So taking any other step is very much easy. So whatever you plan to do, secure yourself, do the workout. How I can secure the idea, how I can keep myself different. Okay. And one more piece of advice. So when you are an entrepreneur or you call yourself a business person, whoever you are, even as a professional individual, you are here for your capacity building. We understand that. You must learn all the key areas that relates to your profession that you have chosen for yourself. If you rely on anybody 100% for certain set of skills that you don't know, the other person would not do justifiable work with you because they can easily go in any direction, but rather than your vision. So you must know how things work. Okay. Every small matters. Try to know those things. And now learning is so easy. Everything is available. Now reaching out people is so easy. You can reach out people. Do not take these things for granted. If you think, okay, money can do everything, all right, and I will find somebody else, no, the time has changed. The challenges are quite different. So you need to secure each and every move. You need to do your homework before you display your vision to the world. Thank you, Nubete.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for discussing that, because that was something that I personally experienced a few days ago and I wanted to ask that, but again, it cleared up so many things for me. And I hope that it cleared up a few things for Ghazal as well, because she is just a newbie to entrepreneurship or the world of entrepreneurship. If anybody else has a question, they can maybe raise their hand or type it in the chat box and I'll read it out loud. If there is no query, then maybe we can wind up the session because we are over an hour now. Yes, Dr. Asma.
Yes, at the end, I would like to add, Maheen, we can have different sessions on that, how to secure your, intellectual property, how to uh, uh, how to inculcate the mindset of entrepreneurial activities in laymen or the women who want to enter in the field of entrepreneurship. So it would be a suggestion that we can regularly conduct these type of webinars to get participation from different fields, and how can we help all the young ladies who want to become a successful entrepreneur. So in this way we can give our we can play our role in the betterment of our country, to promote the entrepreneurship and to create jobs as well. So an entrepreneur can create jobs for others as well, not only for her or himself. So
All right.
in this way we can spread this message, and frequently we can have these type of sessions. This was a wonderful opportunity to interact with all these young nations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Asma. Definitely, we will look into this. And Dr. Asma, in virtual incubation at Entrepreneurs Call, the incubatees who have joined in and they have chosen to continue with us, they always have this session. So, Dr. Asma, let's do one thing. Let's have a meeting and let's plan for July and August, and we can do this. It's very much doable. Once in a week, we can meet and we can design the course, especially for under these areas. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, sure. Inshallah, we will meet and then we can decide how can we start in July.
Perfect, Dr. Asma. Thank you very much.
So I guess that would be all. I would love to extend my gratitude to Sania, Shujaat from joining all the way from virtually from Korea, and then Ms. Ruhab, Anwar, Dr. Asma, Tabassum, and Ma'am Maheen, Amjad for a great panel discussion. And also thank you to all of the participants who joined in and hopefully gained something from this webinar and are going to take it away and discuss it among their circles, either family, friends, or a professional environment. And we hope to um, have more of these webinars or panel discussions on specific topics, so that we can empower you or equip you with the right amount of knowledge that you all need to prosper in your lives or in your career. With that, we will formally end the webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. If Sania or Mr. Ha would want to speak up and maybe give a few closing remarks, that would be great.
Thank you so much, Noor, for having us. Thank you, Maheen. Today was a wonderful session, especially Miss Asma's part. I learned a lot from you. Thank you so much, Miss Asma, for giving us your invaluable insights. And I really learned more about entrepreneurship. Me being a person of education, so this had me thinking on different perspectives, because when you sit with people of different perspectives, you come to a new vision. So today has been a very enlightening session for me. Thank you so much for having me and for moderating, Noor. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and you're welcome. Yes, Sania.
Welcome, Ruhab, and thank you for the appreciation. We can have session with you people, the like-minded ones, and we can transform the future of our young generation. Thank you very much.
I would also like to thank everyone, especially the organizers, Ma'am Maheen, Dr. Asma. It was really nice knowing you and talking to you and learning about your insights. And as a fellow woman who is really motivated to bring something better out of my own experiences for the women, especially in Pakistan. I would love to learn from you and looking forward to having more sessions. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sania. Thank you, Noor, for having me. Thank you, Maheen. Bye bye for now.
Thank you.
Inshallah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, Ms. Ruhab,
Goodbye.
Dr. Asma, Ms. Sania. Thank you very much. Noor Beta, excellent job. Thank you very much.
Yes, very good,
Thank
Noor.
you very much, ma'am.
Thank you everyone for
Okay.
joining. We would be waiting for your
Goodbye.
feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.